All right. I have an absolutely spectacular game for you today. I know I say that about a lot of my games, but this one is different. This is the first time that I went for Siege Tower Cappie boys. So Teutonic Knights are really, really slow, but Siege Towers speed them up significantly. So it's like the perfect combination of power and speed, I suppose. I don't know how else to explain it. But before we go for those siege towers, we're going to go for a regular tower rush. So I suppose this is the Teuton Tower rush into siege tower KP boy strategy. Wow, that is an absolute mouthful. But you know what is also a mouthful? Your mom! Sorry. I couldn't help it. While this is going on, while I'm explaining this to you, Becker is like, you know what? I'm playing as Magyars. We're going to go forward immediately and we are going to get our stars and stripes. Becker is going for the boar lane. He's looking around over here to see if there is a boar that is exposed so that he can become a fellowship member. Absolute memery to its finest. So that boar is now getting targeted by this villager and it is going to be lamed. Nothing bad is going to happen to Chris Becker. Oh wait, there's a scout coming forward, pulling 2 additional villagers. Now he's outnumbered. Can he get this lame off? Ooh, he's getting sniped. Oh, that villager is getting the aggro now. Can he make sure? Wait. Oh, purple, you had it. You absolutely had it. For a succulent second, this villager over here actually had the aggro of the boar. All he needed to do was walk back. We immediately just type 11 to each other because those are the kind of people that we are. Now, it would have been absolutely fantastic if Becker could have gotten this boar as well. Wait, oh no, I'm just so capable of capture age and stuff and stuff and stuff. But he does not see that boar. So he's walking over to red to see if he can name a boar from red. But I don't think any boars are exposed here. Let me just zoom out slightly. No, both of the boars are in the back. There's no way that he's going to be able to steal either of those boars. You also have to consider that this is a ton of idle time that this villager does have. I'm a little bit curious how pink or purple, I guess, handles this situation. Everybody. Oh my gosh, that's quite a bit of idle time that Becker has created for our purple player. I guess I should probably go over civs and stuff like that, but yeah, sure, why not? Poop Lord playing as the Teutons, almost losing a villager to the boar. Becker playing in the green as the Magyars. In the purple, we have none other than Beckham. Is that David Beckham from the soccer team? When I was growing up, he was a pretty big guy, but not anymore. Anyway, he's playing as the Persian, so obviously he's going to go for a Persian TC drop, right? No, Poop Lord, not everybody is such a memer as yourself. In the red, we have ISJ18656305582. And he is playing as the Turks. Now, the Turks can be real jerks because they go for that fast Imperial Age and they have the pew pew bombards and all that good stuff. But wait a second. We're already forward. We're already up. And we are here to drop a tower on yo face. Let's go. Now, I think the Teuton Tower Rush is particularly strong because with 10 villagers garrisoned in a tower, you can take down your opponent's towers without too many problems, which just causes for a whole like awkward situation, because how do you defend against a Teuton tower rush, especially if you wall them in and put them in range of your other towers. So I see that he's fully walled me over here. We're going to put that in range of this tower. If we get fletching, it increases the range. You want to make sure that you can cover the entire base. Also, what you can do is you can wall in your towers completely, just making it extra annoying. You get free murder holes once you do manage to get to Castle Age. So, Teuton Tower Rush, for me, probably the strongest tower rush currently. You could make an argument for old Inca Tower Rush, and just look at the nonsense that is transgressing over here. There's actually so much action going on. I feel obligated to slow it down. I really love casting at about 2 times speed. I feel too often people are like, and then the archer went pew. And then the villager got shot by an arrow. Oh my god, that militia got absolutely murdered. So red over here can only garrison a total of 5 villagers. Only has 4, but we can garrison up to 10 villagers in here. What we're also using is this tower in the back to kind of jump back and forth to make sure that we are not getting that tower battered down and that we're shooting the villagers that are approaching that tower. If you do lose a whole bunch of villagers, I would actually recommend that you bring more villagers forward, because you definitely want to get the advantage of being able to garrison 10 villagers in your tower and getting additional arrows. He is a stubborn man, this ISJ18656305582. You probably didn't think that I was going to say that name more than once, but he really wants this tower to go down. And is he going to get it? It's awkward because we're like in the base repairing it over there. It's close, but I don't quite think he's going to get it. Becker is showing up with scouts. The whole plan was, I didn't tell you this, but the whole plan was that Becker with Magyars was going to show up with scouts, and we were just going to make one of our opponent's lives miserable, while the other opponent got a free boom and probably goes to a quick imp and absolutely wrecks both of us. But we didn't care. We wanted to do a Teuton Tower Rush on Arena into scouts, and man, oh man, is Becker getting some value over here. We did a really good job actually maintaining villager production. If you look at the top over here, you can see that almost all of us have about 32 to 30 population, except for poor Red, who's been reduced to no more than 22 villagers at this point, desperately trying to defend. And he did an amazing job sticking in there. I kind of felt like we had done enough at this point, so we actually just full walled in our towers and started to go home. Oh, another thing that we did, which is really cool with Teutons, which I guess I didn't mention and probably should have shown, is the Teuton farm sling. Now, Teutons have a really cool bonus in which their farms only have half the amount of, you know what, whatever, fine, I'll show you, whatever. Amateur caster over here. There's just so much going on in this game that I don't even know what to focus on, and I don't want to make a 20-minute video. I just want to make this a juicy freaking Teutonic Knights and Siege Towers amazingness. I know some of you who are hearing this are like, oh, I'm going to skip forward to that, but I do want to point this out because I think it's a really cool thing that Teutons do possess. So Teuton farms only cost half the amount of wood that, for example, other farms do. Well, that makes a lot of logical sense. If you team this up with Chinese, amazing bonus. So this woman over here, she's walking forward. She's going to be dropping down farms for Becker so that he can produce those scouts better. Wow, Poop, you are an absolute freaking nub when it comes down to casting. You didn't even mention half the stuff that went on. I don't care. I love it. So we are just clicking a tiny amount of HP on these farms, which will then allow Becker to take over these farms and claim them as his own. This is a way that you can sling before having a market up, before going to feudal, and it is very, very useful for somebody who's going to go food heavy units. I did a thing. Okay? I did a thing. Oh, back to the tower rush. Where were we again? Okay, so it's holes. When you get to castle Teuton tower rush. There come the scouts. I think it's about where we left off, and if it's not about where we left off, then I am picking it up right about... No, not here. Here, that's the right spot to pick it up. Red is desperately hanging on. We are desperately trying to hang on to our own mental sanity, farm slinging, tower building, hopefully at some point in the future making it to castle so that we can finally produce those cappie boys for you. Figuring, you know what, the damage is probably done here already. It is okay to just wall these towers in and call it a day. Now I went for full stone walls because palisade walls can be broken down relatively easily. Oh, more damage found by these scouts, but now the knights are here from the purple player, and this is exactly what I was talking about is the problem with a full feudal aggression strategy on arena. You're gonna leave one of your opponents to basically get a free boom, and if they go for imperial age units, you are going to have nothing to defend against it. I mean, what feudal army, what castle age army is able to defend against full Persian paladin, for example? Now, thankfully, we did invoke a response from purple to save his teammate, and the best part is these towers, they're gonna get tons of value. I mean, like, even though I might be losing some villagers over here because I'm not very good at microing and doing things, poop, garrison, oh god, man. Sometimes watching these games back, it is stressful to me because I'm telling my former self that I should be doing something that I am most definitely not going to be doing because I am incapable of the simplest of tasks. My point is that these towers are still going to get value. If he's going to want to take these down with the knights, it's not going to be easy. He's going to get shot forever. Go poop, go! Go poop, go! Oh, that poor woman. So we've done tons of damage to red at this point. What do you think purple should do? Well, he should definitely get some damage in on either me or Becker. He has the superior army at this time. He has tons of knights, tons of castle age units, whereas Becker only has 2 knights out. There's no way that Becker can compete against this. I personally think going for a forward siege workshop over here and getting some rams out is fantastic. Now, purple had the right idea. He did go for rams, but these rams are so flippin' far away, and I understand why he constructed this, because he wanted to take down all of these towers, which is exactly why you full wall them, but this is gonna take forever for this ram to come over. Chuka. God, don't worry, knights, I'm coming. Chuka. Guys, chill, the ram is on the way. Another thing about a ram is you can simply just wall behind. If he had constructed a siege workshop here and pumped out a ram, it would have been easy peasy to get that mango right on the front. So I do disagree with his play. I like the idea. I like how he didn't just like 6 TC boom and let his teammate absolutely die, because that has definitely happened to me before. Oh man, the amount of action in this game. But I think at this point, other than my face about to get pounded in, has kind of stabilized. All we need to do is make sure that we get one of those Teutonic defensive castles, and we should be good to hold against this pressure. Okay, yeah, we're going to be losing a couple of villagers along the way, but Becker is here, and Purple has split up his forces, so that's a very nice pick off from Chris Becker to get rid of some of those knight numbers. However, he's still significantly outnumbered by this huge Persian mass of knights. I don't think he should be taking that engagement, but it is buying me just enough time. I thought for sure we were going to delete that farm. Whatever. Oh, and if he can get down this ram, that would buy me even more time. Come on, Becker, can he do it? Yes, he can. Yes, we can. Now there's no way for him to get in. And, yeah, okay, I understand. I have 2 markets, but I needed a market wall, okay? I needed a market wall. What do you want me to say? Should I have let all of those guys in? Maybe I should have gone for a university, but a university is 25 more wood, okay? That's not something that I can just willy-nilly afford. And this is where the fun really begins. Monks to heal up his knights. Red is desperately trying to get rid of all of these towers, I would assume. Wow, these towers are still over here. That's actually quite a good value. He doesn't have any of this farm space over here. He has to build farms over in this back area. Is this a fast imp? He still managed to pull off a fast imp? I mean, fast imp being a very relative and loosely used term here, as we are 30 minutes into this game, but still, that's impressive. I think another mistake that Purple made in this game, he probably should have gone for the 2TC boom a little bit faster, yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. But the game has actually stabilized to a degree. He has now focused his attention on Becker. He's felt like he slowed me down significantly. I am really hurt, really struggling with my 54 villagers against his 56. We did a really good job staying in this one and walling off behind and yada yada yada. Give myself a nice pat on the shoulder. And look at this. Chris Becker is coming with that forward army to obliterate whatever Red still has left over here. Oh my god, you have hand cannons. We realized that he just went imp, so we figured that if he just went imp, he didn't have a huge ball of stuff. Do these knights have +2 armor? They do, so they can actually kind of hang around over here. Getting that bombard cannon, for example, would be absolutely massive, but a pretty good hold from Red nonetheless, just with the amount of towers. And why did he have his tower over here? I have no idea. Oh, and the bombard towers actually did take down a couple of those towers, but for the majority, everything stayed intact. Poop, you told us that you were gonna go full Teutonic boys with siege towers. Okay, you know, patience pays off. Here's your full Teutonic knights with siege towers. No. This, my friends, is just the beginning. So Becker's being pressured on the front. A castle is being constructed right on top of his face to try and put him in his place. He just threw a whole bunch of his army onto Red to slow Red down even more significantly, which was great because it allowed me an opportunity to start to go forward with those Teutonic Knights. We figured one was probably not enough siege towers, because, you know, he dropped 10 Teutonic Knights. He can probably clear that with this huge ball of knights, pikes, and camels that he has. But if I went for like 2 or 3, I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Wait, we made petards as well? Sure, because if you cannot get over the wall with your siege towers, don't you want a secondary option to get in? I'm just saying. It's best to be fully prepared. Why wouldn't you have 2 entry points? Also, if I wanted Becker to be able to get in, I would need to somehow get him in, and petards are perfect for that. Shh. Be very, very quiet here. We're hunting rabbits. I feel like I say that way too often, but it's so true. I always have that feeling of you gotta be really, really quiet. As Becker's base is being broken into, but he has tons and tons of Magyar Hussar. Is he going to be able to defend against these camels? He also has a castle. Castles do absolutely fantastic, but his eco is now getting raided. And as this was going on, I was like, this is my time! This is my time! Teutonic Knights come streaming in, hurrah, hurrah. Teutonic Knights come streaming in, hurrah, hurrah. I listen way too much to my kids' songs, but this was absolutely enjoyable. And just look how impeccably slow these guys are. We are raiding his eco with Teutonic Knights. Can we just have a moment to appreciate the glory of this? And when you have 20 Teutonic Knights in your opponent's base, it's actually not too hard to take down TCs, but we did make one tremendous mistake. A, we didn't have the second armor upgrade, and B, we're actually missing arson. We should have most definitely gotten arson, but even without arson, that TC go dead. Wait, I don't think you say boot in that situation. I think you say like Teutonic Knights, but your English definitely needs some work there, Poop Lord. Now, I was fully aware that this was eventually going to get cleared out, and as this is going on, Red is massing up at the front of my base with a whole bunch of hand cannoneers. He has definitely done this a whole bunch of times because his build was pretty solid, even getting absolutely raided. He did manage to clear out the rest of my Teutonic towers, but who cares? We got cappie boys, and we are going to be taking down TCs. Arson is now going to come in, and we can see actually the difference that Arson is going to make as these knights are trying to take this engage. We just wanted to take down this TC. Go, Arson, go. Does it make a huge difference? I don't know. Oh, the hand cannoneers are here as well. That's not very swell. Fight, fight, fight. Until you get shot to absolute smithereens. But overall, I was not very displeased with the raid that we were able to do with 20 Teutonic Knights. Plus, our siege towers survived. So that means we can use our siege towers again. What an absolute game and a half this was. I also blew a hole in here with those petards so that Chris Becker could run in and potentially snipe off these hand cannoneers, but this was probably, I'm putting my teeth together over here, probably not the best decision if I'm being completely honest, because all the army was already here due to my previous raid, so it ends up in Chris Becker just throwing his army unnecessarily due to a very, very bad teammate. We're getting absolutely raided, but those siege towers have come back. Will 2 fully loaded siege towers be enough to handle a total of 18 hand cannoneers and 3 bombards? Well, there's only one way to find out. We are going to drop these right on top of his face hole. Let's go! Teutonic Knights. Teutonic Knights against hand cannoneers, and I don't think we are doing too terribly. Put them back in, go around, and we're actually kind of getting this around. There's not too much further that he can retreat, drop them out. Oh, he should actually be walking forward now at this point, and these Teutonic Knights should definitely be doing a better job. Wow. Hand cannoneers shred cappie boys. Just saying, but just because at first you don't succeed doesn't mean that you shouldn't try again. Now the siege tower is actually blocking the path of retreat, and the clear up is near up. Teutonic Knights in siege towers. It's a real strat. It works. 40% of the time, all the time. We're committed at this point. I didn't care what happened in this game. I just cared about getting as many cappie boys in siege towers as possible. There's a little Mexican standoff going on over here with Chris Becker and his opponent. He's using the crossbows against those pikemen, and then he's using his Magyar Hussar against the cavalry. Overall, I think Magyar Hussar are really cool. They only cost food, and they're very fun civ to play with. Also, you get full arbalesque, so that's amazing. Like I said, really good cav, and yeah, Magyars overall. 11 out of 11 for me, but hey, what do I, no, 10 out of 11. Persians are 11 out of 11 for me. Siege towers! Siege towers! When you don't have enough siege towers, just make more siege towers. A little bit of raiding over here on the front, but yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Cool. Castle is going to clear this up. Amount numbers, pikemen, and here comes the next wave of hand cannoneers. And I was streaming this game live, and people were saying, you should switch. There's no way that you are going to be able to hold against this many hand cannoneers. And you know what? I beg to absolutely differ. Because we have what Juan calls bravery. Come on, siege tower. We're just waiting. We're just waiting till he gets a little bit too greedy. Till he comes in. Till we get our Imperial Age upgrades. And then we are absolutely going to pounce on these hand cannons. So we actually don't know. Wait. Shoot. I gotta click on my freaking chip. Yeah. We don't actually know where these hand cannons are. But we know that they're somewhere over here. They're just showing themselves. So we're just waiting for the perfect opportunity. Red's probably thinking to himself, if I just have a big enough of a mast, it doesn't matter how many Teutonic Knights he has. I can just one-shot everything. We see the hand cannons now. We're going into position. He's building walls around my gold to lane my gold for the late game. Sure, dude, we totally care about that. I guess he accidentally queued up a singular cav archer, and we're just letting him come in. We're just making sure that there is no escape for these hand cannons. 5 siege towers ready to hop in. Let's go! The blocks from the siege tower too is absolutely fantastic. Hop out, my boys. Hop out, my boys. The tower gets destroyed and more Teutonic Knights hop out. He's going to try and micro this to the best of his ability. And even though these guys are super slow, we just have another siege tower still fully, well, almost fully loaded to take this down. And that was an amazing cleanup, if I do say so myself, because that should probably not have happened. And we're just going to drop these boys right on top of that bombard. Why wouldn't we? Well, I guess that hand cannoneer as it crumbles. Man, Teutonic Knights are so much fun to play. We're absolutely not going to be able to chase this down, but who cares? We did it. We kind of successfully took down hand cannoneers and bombards and stuff like that. And here comes Chris Becker to clean up the rest of it. What an absolutely fantastic game overall. It really warmed my heart. And playing this, I was just having so much fun on stream. And that's absolutely why we do it. Talking about why we do it. We do it for the memes. We do it for the funds. We're heading over to Purple Space. We don't care what he has. We knew that he had a whole bunch of melee stuff. And one thing Teutonic Knights do well against, aha, I said do, is melee units. So we're feeling much more comfortable dropping it onto Purple's base, and he had re-walled back here from those petards, but we don't even care. We're just hopping over. We're just fighting absolutely everything. Chris Becker has mounted a huge army. The score differential is huge at this point, and we are having an absolute blast raiding with Teutonic Knights. The siege towers are over here just to look on, just for the hell of it, just to soak up some of those damage. I actually got a conversion in on one of my Teutonic Knights. We did make them elite eventually, but I didn't even think it was necessary. Teutonic Knights, they really just hold their own in melee and are terrible against range. 130 Magyar Husters produced, only costing food. Absolutely wonderful. Also, Chris Becker is an absolute legend in my book, protecting me very, very well whenever required, and able to raid red early on. Think made a huge difference in the entirety of this game. Let's quickly hop into the statistics and call it there. Let's go to the military numbers. That's what we really care about. Teutonic Knights, positive KD. Let's go. Becker, nice positive KD as well. 181 and 141 losses. Economically, we had way more resources, and I think that's what actually won us the game. Me throwing those Teutonic Knights willy-nilly didn't hurt as much because we had more economy. I don't know how much the farm sling actually mattered, but maybe that's what gave Becker the slight economic edge in comparison to his purple opponent. I don't know. But one can dream, right? One can dream, one can hope. Very important. How much of the map did you explore? Society, finally, how much did that feudal Tower Rush actually do? I think it did quite a bit. You can definitely see Red's overall population decreasing once I reach feudal and once those towers do go up in his base, and just gave him a lot less space, made him a lot more congested, took a lot of time for him to clear up. Becker actually cleared up the first time he tried to take that out when he reached Imperial Age, taking down his bombard, just slowing down Red's progression into supporting and countering my entire unit composition, which just consisted out of Teutonic Knights. And with that, I just want to say, don't let your memes just be dreams. A meme on, and keep on walking. Poop Lord out.